కొలువని మాటలో చేదలో పాటలో పిలుపులో నీ చరణమే శరణని ఓ జనని నెరనమ్మి మది కొలువని నామ సుధ పొంగని ఓ జనని నామ సుధ పొంగని ఓ జనని నామ సుధ పొంగని తనువేమో కోవెలై మనసేమో దీపమై భక్తి బాటను సాగని ఓ జనని అమృత ధారలోలని తనువేమో కోవెలై మనసేమో దీపమై భక్తి బాటను సాగని ఓ జనని అమృత ధారలోలని తనువేమో కోవెలై మనసేమో దీపమై భక్తి బాటను సాగని ఓ జనని అమృత ధారలోలని తనువేమో కోవెలై మనసేమో దీపమై భక్తి బాటను సాగని ఓ జనని అమృత ధారలోలని నామ సుధ పొంగని ఓ జనని నామ సుధ పొంగని ఓ జనని నామ సుధ పొంగని ఇలలోన కలలోన జన్మ జన్మలలోన నగుగన్న తల్లివని ఓ జనని యుగమార నిన్ను చూడని ఇలలోన కలలోన జన్మ జన్మలలోన నగుగన్న తల్లివని ఓ జనని యుగమార నిన్ను చూడని ఇలలోన కలలోన జన్మ జన్మలలోన నగుగన్న తల్లివని ఓ జనని యుగమార నిన్ను చూడని ఇలలోన కలలోన జన్మ జన్మలలోన నగుగన్న తల్లివని ఓ జనని యుగమార నిన్ను చూడని.
Good morning and welcome to our meditation this morning. So once again, we open into that awareness of awareness. And if you like, you can use the mantra Ma to enter in today. So breathing in Ma, breathing out Om. And at the base of the spine, breathing in Ma, breathing out Om, clear light. Breathing in Ma, from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the head. Breathing out Om, from the top of the head into the lower body. Opening that space of the awareness in the body. So breathing in Ma, breathing out Om. Entering into that open space, that feeling of spaciousness. And so the breath becomes more subtle right now, quieter and quieter. And the mantra becomes less mental. And we simply feel the vibration of the mantra. Ma, Om. We extend into the field around us, above the body, below the body, in all the directions. So we extend to the person to the right of us, to the left, across the room. And feeling the vibration of the mantra in the field. Ma, Om. Pulling that vibration into the top of the head and down through the forehead, through the face, through the throat, down into the heart, down into the belly, into the lower body. And amplifying it. The energy, the vibration of the mantra from the back of the head, Ma, into the forehead, from the back of the head into the eyes, Ma, Om. From the back of the head into the throat, Ma, Om. From the back of the head into the heart, Ma, Om. From the back of the head into the belly, Ma, Om. And from the back of the head into the lower body, Ma, Om. And then opening in the heart. As we open into the light. We extend also to the people on the internet this morning as they extend here. Feeling that resonance. So feeling this experience of the light this morning. It's said in the Upanishads that as a yogi experiences the truth of the self, he becomes infused with light. And as light is experienced in meditation, sometimes light forms are also experienced. At first they're experienced as light forms and then later archetypes. And what are these archetypes of light? These great archetypes are personifications of the field itself. So just as you and I are personifications of the field, as human beings in the physical realm, the archetypes are personifications of the field at a much more subtle level. They represent the qualities of the primordial field. And their function is quite clear: to help us merge with our own internal, eternal field of awareness. To help us become as much as we can be in any given moment. To help us know and recognize all the dimensions of our being, our awareness. So like Dante's Virgil, they guide us along the path. They comfort us, they love us, they heal us, and they're always available. All we have to do is to remember to connect with the field and open to them. Carl Jung described the collective unconscious in this way. The collective unconscious surrounds us on all sides. It's more like an atmosphere in which we live than something found in us. Also, it does not by any means behave merely psychologically. In the case of so-called synchronicity, it proves to be a universal substrate presence in the environment rather than a psychological premise. Whenever we come in contact with an archetype, we enter into a relationship with the trans-conscious, metapsychic factors. So the collective unconscious are these great archetypes of light, may be experienced through transmission. They may be invoked, or sometimes they just show up when you're either meditating or just hanging out. We experience them sometimes like a caress on the head, as a brightening on the side of the head, a pressure in the back of the head or the third eye, or a pulsation in a particular center. The crown center, called the 1,000-petal lotus at the top of the head, is known as the seat of the primordial teacher. So very often we will experience some movement or light in the head, indicating the presence of an archetype of light. We also begin to have an inner sense of the meaning and the form of the archetype and the light which we are connecting to in that moment. The presence of these archetypes may also be experienced in the ears and in the throat. One may experience a kind of crackling or opening in the ears. When the ears are opened, one can bypass ordinary cognition and directly perceive experience from the field of awareness and from particular archetypes. Saint Teresa of Avila describes this experience. It's as if when we were praying, we discover the person to whom we're going to speak. And when her confessor asked her, "Who said that it was Jesus?" she replied, "He often tells me so himself." So another place in the body in which we feel moved by archetypes of light is in the heart. As the heart opens, we weep from gladness, from joy, from kindness, and sometimes from the release of pain. And often we feel that finally we've come home again. The appearance of archetypes is recorded in every tradition. In the Hebrew tradition, 8,000 years ago, Enoch described two very tall men, different than I've ever seen in the lowlands. Their faces shone like their sun, and their eyes burned like lamps. The ancient prophet Ezekiel is transported from Caladia to Jerusalem and back in the aerial chariot of God, operated by angels. Elijah also ascended in the fiery chariot and was gathered up in the windstorm to the heavens. 5,000 years later, the prophet Daniel recorded, a man dressed in linen with a girdle of pure gold around his waist, with a face that shone like lightning, eyes that were like fiery torches, arms and legs gleaming of burnished bronze, and the sound of his voice was like the noise of the crowd. A number of years ago, a group of rabbis met with the Dalai Lama to exchange religious traditions. One of the Hasidic, more mystical rabbis brought up the subject of angels. And the Dalai Lama wanted to know all about the angels. And the rabbi replied, there are all kinds of angels. Right now there's an angel of Tibet and the angel of the Jews who are talking on a different level. The other rabbis tried to change the subject, but the Dalai Lama kept asking more and more questions about angels. And then the rabbi responded, saying, ultimately, there are no angels. Ultimately, there is God. But the garment God wears appears to us as an angel. So God has a little finger, as it were, and the glove, that that hand has a glove, and another glove, and the outermost glove is what we call the angel, or what we would call the wind, or the force in the universe. But what moves them is always the power of the Creator. In the Kabbalah, it's understood that the angels go up and down Jacob's ladder, ascending to God and descending, bringing God's messages to earth. In another tradition, that of Islam, the Prophet Muhammad is said to have received the revealed scripture of the Quran from the angel Gabriel. Muhammad would experience the presence of Gabriel as an intense weight on him. This presence would come to him day or night. Muhammad described it as if the weight of a camel had descended on him. As he surrendered to the presence of Gabriel, the Quran would be dictated to him. In the Eastern tradition of Hinduism, we see Ramakrishna, the great 19th century mystic, being totally absorbed in the vision of the Divine Mother. Our own root teacher, Swami Muktananda, experiences the blue pearl exploding into visions of heaven, hell, and into the blue person prior to his own realization. One of the great literary texts of Hinduism, the epic poem, the Bhagavad Gita, describes the cosmic form of Krishna as he reveals himself to Arjuna. In the Chinese tradition, the princess Maya Shan attains the light body and ascends to the immortal realms after being executed by her father, the emperor. She is thereafter known as Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion who particularly assists those in poverty, those suffering from oppression, disease, and war. In the Tibetan tradition, the Book of Daizan speaks of the luminous suns, who are the producers of form from no form. One leader shines forth as the sun. He is the blazing, divine dragon serpent of wisdom. In Christianity, the appearance of light forms are seen as the Divine Mother, as the angels, as Christ. These appearances have been recorded through history, and particularly by the great artists who have influenced our experience of the divine forms. Mary is told she became the Mother of God by the angel Gabriel, who proclaims, "Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus." The Christ rises again after 3 days in the form of light. For the Dzogchen Buddhist, the practitioner works towards the goal of achieving the rainbow body. He does this not only for himself, but also works to help all sentient beings attain the body of light. It is our conviction that this light and light forms of archetypes are not only experienced by saints and prophets, but also these experiences are available to each of us. All we have to do is release ourselves from prejudice and open to them. So let's do that right now. So once again, we'll focus in the light. And we'll extend to our generational field, that field of the ancestors, the family, the friends. The great yogis we've met in our life. So I extend to all these great teachers. And just feeling that resonance with them. We've had so much good fortune here. We extend to all those that we've mentored, our children, our grandchildren, our students, our clients. Feeling that resonance. We extend to all our traditions and to the great archetypes of all the traditions. All these great archetypes of light. And if this light were to speak, it might say, I am continuous. I have no beginning and no end. I have always been and will always be. I am invincible. I am indestructible. I am who am. I am your awareness, your life, your source. I infuse your body, your mind. I am your very being. I am who am. as we've been cultivating awareness for some time. We'll do that practice where we hold family and friends that might be having some difficulty in the light. And I want to mention that Fran Callinan's father died this week on Wednesday, and Kate Kelly's father died on Thursday morning. So if we could hold those families in the light. And we'll also focus on the inauguration coming up and our president and his family, holding them in the light and the safety of all the people attending. So we have one more chant today. This is the Dalai Lama invoking the Divine Mother.
Om Tare Tudare Turi Swaha. 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 Om Tare Tudare Om Tare Tudare Turi Swaha. 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 Om
So we'll start to close up right now. If you like, you can rub your hands together till they're hot. Feeling at the heart, the top of the head, the belly. So I think we do have one announcement. On January 27th, we're going to have another live chanting program. And the last one was so much fun. So we'd like you, if you can all come, it'd be great. It was really fun. So that will be at 6 o'clock on Sunday. And we're going to probably try to do this more regularly. Anand Mundra is kind of back in town half-time, and he's our old friend for many, many years and a fabulous drummer. So it's really, really nice to have him. Do we have any more